Okay, so I'm doing this video really quickly. I'm trying to do shorter videos for this series to see how that works out so far. Thank you to the YouTube algorithm for just not helping. I understand that shorter videos help. So this is going to be one of those ones. I'm going to discuss paid DMs in this one as short as possible, as it is a loved slash hated community. But I'm gonna get straight to the point on some stuff. So I'm gonna do some dirty laundry. My book is finally gonna be querying, so we're setting that out. I'm still working on the revision for Dino Island for the D&D people on the channel, and I'm done doing Pit War and Pit Mad. I'm done with that contest on Twitter where you have to retweet your book to get agents to look at it. Nah, it's especially a lot of people in my science fiction community uh, find it to be very rigged. So I'm out, done. Gonna do the traditional route, maybe self puppet. So far, right now, we have the first 3 chapters out. I'm not gonna post a link in the YouTube comments, but it's on my Twitter. If you want to read them there, I'll pin it to my profile by this point. If it's an old video, sorry, just message below, I guess. I don't know if I'll be popular or not. Just let it go. Paid DMs. Paid DMs is a service where if you're looking for a game of Dungeons and Dragons and you want it done professionally, or in a lot of cases, just somebody to DM, a DM will charge a fee up front. You pay it, and then you can play the game. There has been good and bad comments in the community about this, and I wanted to discuss it in a longer term, but I really couldn't think of anything good or bad wise. My one friend that DMs has told me he's done pay to play, and it has backfired in his face. He paid and he never showed up for session 0, and he never came back again, and the whole party got screwed out of, I believe, $10. He had it as $10 per player. I did see a comment from one of Bob's friends, and he puts it in good words where it is a service. It is a service that you're paying to play. I understand in other terms, like there is a bar in Cleveland, because I'm in Ohio, uh, where you can actually pay, I think like 25 per person, and you'll actually have a private event where you'll have a DM actually run a table for you. That I'm okay with. That's fine. If it's my birthday, I will pay for my friends to sit down. We get a couple drinks, and the DM will run us through the game. That is okay with me. That's fine. Now, for Adventures League, this is where it started to get blurry. Is if you wanted, like, say for example, you wanted to join, but the Adventures League table, you had to pay a fee. Yeah, that would alienate a lot of people, because nobody would be willing to pay a fee to play the game, and especially if it's like, oh well, it's for the table reserve. Okay, it's not really welcoming in new people. Um, if it's like the DM's like, well, it's for me to pay to do this stuff, immediately people would not be okay with it in the sense of Adventures League. So Adventures League, when it's free and it's free to play and all that, I'm okay with it. When you have to pay to play in Adventures League, I'm out. If it's like a tournament thing where they only have reserved tables, and to reserve a table to get in and you gotta pay, that I can understand, because it's low capacity. They have to limit the amount of people coming in for the event. They don't have enough DMs, so you have to limit the event. That I can understand. That had happened to me when there was a how to learn D&D. Me and my ex at the time wanted to get into it. We wanted to see what 5th edition was all about, and we couldn't find a decent game, and we really wanted to get our feet like a little bit wet. And we didn't fully jump in and just buy all the books and all that. Like, I started collecting minis a bit because I did have a collection of minis that I actually did enjoy. Crap, I don't even want to break away from the video, but what was a nice one I had from long ago? I can't find them. Let's see. Come on, there's got to be some type of a mini that I actually enjoyed collecting. Never mind. I'm wasting too much time on it. So, I mean, I could split the video into 2 parts. But, however, a paid DM service, if you're going to do it right, the first thing you got to do is you have to treat it like a business, and you have to present yourself more like a performer, entertainer. If you are, well, I'm going to sneeze again. I hate this so much. If you're going to sell yourself as a business and you're going to sell yourself as a professional DM, you have to sell yourself as a performer, entertainer. I definitely feel that if you sell yourself that way, it helps a little bit more, because a lot of players nowadays, if you're going to pay for a DM, and I hate to bring it up, but it's definitely, they're looking for the Matt Mercer effect. They want you to be Matt Mercer if they're paying money for it. I hate saying it, but it's true. If I'm going to pay money, you got to do the voices. You got to thoroughly know the rules. You need to actually put 110% in versus the players that don't give you 110 back. I feel that if you're going to ask for money in a paid DM service, you got to provide that type of a service. Now, I read a couple people online, they would do events for kids, or they would do like birthday party stuff. Yes, I'm okay with that concept. I am paying for a service, and I want that to happen. That's fine. What I'm not okay with, and I'm sorry I am calling out the D&D Beyond forums for this one, I am sick and tired of seeing the amount of garbage of just posts. Paid game. Okay, great. Online, not gonna pay you. I'm not gonna pay you for a lot. Okay, so I couldn't actually tell if my phone screwed the video up, so I'm going to make sure that this is like a full video. I was hoping to do a shorter one, but it's again more rambling. But again, I remember where I'm at. It's D&D Beyond. I hate looking in the forums and seeing people asking for money. Reddit, same thing too, for the r/LFG looking for group. I don't think me paying for a game online is not only safe, but a lot of these like ads or like bulletins don't sell the DM. So if you're going to do an online game, I definitely think if you're going to do a bulletin post, you need to actually have like put the effort in and make like a portfolio type gig where, let's say you write this awesome like reason why you should pay the game kind of a thing, what you're looking for from players, what you're going to be doing, and then have a little section of like a reference video, or you just how you DM, and like plug that in. Convince me to give you money. That's what I'm trying to get at. And in live like person games, it's understandable. Usually you walk in, you talk to the DM for a bit. If they're friendly, then they will probably try to convince you to pay to do the pay to play if they need players. If you can tell that they're like a smug, especially if you could tell if they're smug, they don't give a shit about the game, and you pay for one session and you feel like you got cheated, yeah, then that, again, you found the bad DM in the situation, and I don't condone it. And you've made more clout against having a paid service. So I feel like there are ways for DMs to sell themselves to make the paid DM service look better, to sound better when it comes to actually providing a service. And online, a lot of the times it's just bulletins like, "Hey, we're gonna play Lost Mines of Fandelver because that's the one everybody fucking sells." I've never seen anyone else try a different modular. Like, I see a couple people doing some homebrew Eberron for 5th edition. Great, would love to pay. Just not gonna pay you $15 an hour. How about that? That's that, and that brings up another good concept too. Is if you're gonna play a campaign, it is set to X amount of sessions, and they map it out. Like, they figure if I'm gonna do these amount of sessions in a week, and then this is X amount in a month, this will cover my expenses as a professional DM. Okay, so let me break it down for you. I personally feel that this professional DM thing is not going to be your part-time job, your full-time job. You trying not to get mad. You are trying to turn a hobby into a job that has a, I guess it doesn't have a niche market, especially right now, but it has a particular skill and need that a lot of people trying to hop into the boat don't have. I'm sorry, you don't have it, and you should not try to force people into paying because you think you have the skills like Matt Colville or Matt Mercer that they are expecting. And I'm saying that, and I'm applying the Matt Mercer effect because I feel that people, especially people that are paying, are expecting that. Now, if you are a DM and you're a veteran DM and you're that good, and I've seen it happen, those DMs will become Matt Mercers and Matt Colvilles, and professional DMs that will get paid and can turn a hobby job that they've been doing for years into a professional job. But just like YouTube and Twitch, it's not a reliable resource. I will admit, I would love to do it, but one, I don't have the skills. The only skills I have is being a rules lawyer because I usually supervise Adventurers League to help a DM do a certain call out on ruling, and then like apprentice teach people like DMing, because there needs to be more DMs in D&D Beyond, or sorry, D&D in general, and D&D Beyond. Not only is, I feel, a great service, but also, people on there do kind of want people to be more DMs as well. It's just a lot of people on that community I do feel are horrible people and ruin it for some people. But again, that's like a just stupid tangent. The next video I was thinking about was online versus actual table play, because especially during COVID, it's been worse because everybody's been going to online play, and I could talk about all that stuff. But I really wanted to talk about paid DMs and what my thoughts are on it, and how to actually sell yourself as a paid DM. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, I'm gonna make a Patreon and make people pay me $50 a month to do it. No. Dwarforge Cast was a good channel that became a paid DM. He was a teacher before he became a full-time YouTuber, I want to say. And he does games on the side through Patreon. I think if you made a community on YouTube, for example, and you wanted to do paid games with your Patreon or special members, have at me. That I think is okay. They're paying to actually sit down and talk to you and actually have a quality time with you in the sense of D&D. Um, but at the same time, like, you have to understand when it's okay to pay for a game and when to call them out, because as many times I've hit the report button on just really bad um, what's the word I'm looking for? Really bad games, I've managed to find a way to not get my voice heard, because it seems to be a very common thing with D&D forums and all that, that they will kind of just let the paid game stay, and I can't I can't support bad games. So I'm making the video to explain to you how to sell yourself as a DM, make that portfolio, sell me your pitch in the bulletin, but show me what you have and prove to me, okay, he seems to be really professional at how he presents. Sorry if I'm saying he or she, or it, if you want to go that way. And if it's so offensive, what do you want me to say? 2020. I'm sorry. If the dungeon master wants to convince you into joining the game and paying for the service and providing, support to that, to provide to the, I'm losing my mind. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, stupid sentences. If the dungeon master is asking for money for a service that he can provide, but he's not going to do it for free, great. He's in it for the business. He is a self-proclaimed dungeon master. But if I'm online or I'm seeing the option to pay to play, you have to convince me on why I should pay to play. I know I've been repeating myself. I am trying my best to figure out from no information whatsoever, because I've only in 2018 started playing 5th edition, and I haven't really seen many paid games of Dungeons and Dragons or other games, so I do apologize. So I'm going to end the video here, and next week's episode is going to be probably online versus next video. I don't know why I said next week. Next video is going to be online versus table, and I will see you guys in the next one. I might also even start talking about Dino Island, but it depends on how fast I can get through the book right now. It's late at night again, and I'm trying my best to just get that out the door. I'm out of here. I'm done.